Fog Football back again with the SPFL review show. Celtic and Aberdeen continue their fine form. They're the only two teams left with 100% winning streak, as John McGlynn found out pretty quickly in Kirkcaldy that his team's pretty mince, actually. You know what? I was bigging them up last week, but the Rafe. I had faith in Rafe, and Rafe won, and they cost my bet, Falkirk, so I'm not happy with them. As for everybody else, well, we're going to get into them, alright? But I feel like Falkirk, man, I was bigging them up, you were bigging them up. Oh, they'll walk the championship, they're going to walk straight up to Celtic Park next season in the Premiership and lay the smack down. Not so much anymore.
Who said that?
You did.
I did not say that.
You also said the Falklands were up north. Anyway, Hearts are down south, but down south we have to begin because we have to go to the bottom of a pyramid, and that is League 2. Bonnyrigg Rose 0, 4 for Athletic 1. Nathan Cannon. It's no bad name.
No bad name. I predicted Bonnyrigg Rose to win. It didn't happen.
Yeah, I can't remember what I predicted. We should probably write these down one day, but you know what? We'll never do that. Elgin City free, Edinburgh City free. It was a tasty enough game, I tell you that. Late goals, red cards, had a bit of everything, but for fans. Moving on to Peterhead. Again, I say actually, you know what? It's the highest attended League 2 game
Put
so
some
far.
respect on it. Edinburgh City getting
were
a
you
draw.
there?
No, I wasn't, you know.
Tell you what, considering it's in Elgin, that's a pretty good attendance.
No bad.
I wonder how many
It's
away
decent.
Edinburgh City fans there were. Peterhead against Clyde, that mammoth battle in the 2022-23 season at the end. Do you remember it well?
Oh, aye, relegation battle and they both went down. Fantastic.
Well, they both drew 2 each the day. Then Stranraer, talking to down south, they get scudded 2-0 with Stirling Albion.
Wasn't expecting that. I had a Stranraer victory planned.
435 people. And then we've got the Spartans getting beat by East Fife 1-0. That leaves the league table looking like this. East Fife sit at the top, Stranraer sit at the bottom, and could Stranraer be falling out of the pyramid?
It's not looking good for them, but here, I mean, they're not cut adrift yet, so they're doing alright. Edinburgh City falling into 9th despite that draw. Still very tight though, early days. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You know, a couple of wins and you'll go straight up that league table, so it's early days, aye.
Early days, aye. League 1 though is up next on Saturday. Arbroath, they turned it around. They were, well, I was going to say they were getting beat. They were actually winning 2-0. Then it came back to 2 each. And then they spread their wings and flew away because they made it 4-2. Inverness, right, 0-0 against Stenhousemuir. Do you not think Inverness are the most favoured club in the world for a 0-0 draw at the minute? I feel like I predict a 0-0 draw every week and they get it.
Nah, they must be shite going forward, but also not so shite at the back.
Alright, would you say it to Duncan Ferguson's face though?
Probably not, no.
Probably not though, but Peter Stuart Little was on this game, 1,600 people at it. Kelly Hearts defeat it, Aden Athletic. Tommy Moore gets sent off. Thoughts? George Calder as the referee. 369 people, man.
It's not great, is it? But here, once again, Kelly Hearts proving they're the only team called Hearts that can win in this league. So.
People can call us a Diddy channel, right? But you know what? We outdraw these attendances combined. Well,
It's not something to be proud of, is it, really, though?
no, it's probably... Hold on. These are professional football teams. Amateur football team, whatever you want to call them. Come on. I'll wave the Fog Football flag, man, if you want to wave it, brother. Montrose drew 2 each, Wallow Athletic. Shocking, actually.
Not great. Steven Scoogall had him in a football manager save a while ago. Ali Shrive and Kane Hester with the goals. Morgan Neal and Luke Rankin with the goals for Alloa. So 2-2.
Did you have money on that game?
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
It does something like it. 2-0 Queen of the South. I predicted that. Thought Dumbarton would get beat. They did. So brilliant.
Good win for Queen of the South. Doing better without Bartley in there. So, I mean...
No attendance being recorded, though.
Yeah, well...
I don't know what Gary Hanfidge is up down there, but some shitty shit into League 1. And I tell you what, he's not down there, he's up there because Queen of the South are top of the league.
They've turned it around, they're pushing now, but I mean, look at this. 8 games in, and only the highest team on 14 points. Just, it's not a lot, isn't it? Just goes to show that there's nobody really that great in this league.
No.
Queen of the South, 100% record at home, but yet they find a win away, so...
Tell you what, man, that's what you want to see in a league competitive. Into the Championship, Ayr United defeated Greenock Morton 1-0. You could have bet your house on that, even though it was only 1-0, but yeah, I bet them, and it helped my accumulator.
Well, I don't know, Ayr United have been a little bit dodgy as of late, so I'm not sure I would have bet my house, but I think they needed a win to get back on track. You factor that in with the fact that Falkirk didn't win and lost, so I mean, it's a good weekend for Ayr and Scott Brown.
Absolutely. Then we had Queen's Park defeating Dunfermline, which I thought was going to happen. I bet Queen's Park.
Queen's Park defeating Dunfermline. Dunfermline, got a good win a couple weeks ago, but they're back to being shite. I guess they only turned up for the Fife derby. Could be going down.
Hamilton against Partick. I tell you what, Partick have went off an absolute cliff.
I'm beginning to think Partick might just be a club that we never see back in the top flight. Every year I think that... Right,
you might see them next year.
Well, I mean, that's very well true, but I mean, every time I think, right, this could be Partick's year, they never seem to get back up, so... Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to be...
What about the goal scorer, though?
Lee killed, what a guy.
Lee Kildee.
We'll
dream, a team of Lee Kildee. A team of Lee Kildee. We all dream. Jamie Burjonas as well.
Former Rangers man in there.
Livingston 1-2-1. Andrew Shinnie, last kick of the game.
I had Livy in my bet. It's just another bad defeat for Airdrieonians, and good win for Livy, keeps them fighting for the title. Airdrieonians, I mean, at the start of the season, I thought they'd be competing for the playoffs again. And at this point, I mean, they'll probably be happy just to avoid bottom two.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, you want to stay in the league, and the way they're playing, they'll probably go down.
Right, big win for Raith Rovers at defeating Falkirk now. 5,000 people attend at Starks Park, so really good win there. Jack Hamilton with the penalty. Raith Rovers, finally getting a good result to kickstart their season, but it's long overdue, and I still think this comes way too late for Raith Rovers. For me, they will not be fighting for the title. But here, I still think it's early days that they can get into the playoff positions, because for me, I think there's going to be one spot open in the playoffs. I think that the top three are probably a step above everyone else, and then it's going to be a bunch of teams competing for that fourth, and Raith Rovers can still get fourth. They need it to get a good win here, and this could be the win. This could be the result that fires them in the right direction. Because
yes, I said in the preview that if they've any aspirations of winning this league or getting up the top end, they had to win this game. Because if Falkirk won, they would have been on 18, and Raith would have been on 4. And that's and Falkirk have played one less game.
Yeah, Livingston have also played. Falkirk, Livingston have also played a less game than Raith, so they win, they'll go double figures ahead. So yeah, I know it's early days, but I do think that the top 3 will probably be the top 3. From what I've seen so far, they look a step above everyone else.
Ayr United undefeated,
solid, but a lot of draws in there.
Absolutely. Livingston also undefeated. Something must budge going into it, but that's the big boy league, and it's not really a game that you want to talk about, but we have to talk about it. Tom Lawrence scored, and then there was a disallowed penalty. No, not disallowed penalty. There was a penalty that just may as well have been I mean, I'll tell you what, big.
There was a disallowed goal that was actually then given.
He should be disallowed for the rest of his football career for how bad that penalty was.
Yeah, Kuvaricek, I mean, what was he doing? Terrible penalty saved by Butland, but it just wasn't very good.
But I mean, all in all, nothing to greet about the day. Well, there was nothing to greet about the day. I feel like the referees this weekend got absolutely everything right in terms of the big decisions. We can nitpick about yellow cards and things like that, but in terms of the big boy decisions, I think they were alright.
Yeah, I think the referee got them pretty fine. I don't really agree with the yellow card for today for Hibs for was it Tristan or whatever, but Traitus. But other than that, I thought the referees were pretty good. Thought they got majority of the decisions correct, and so does Charlie Mulgrew, so former Celtic man, so he can't be that biased, can he?
Yeah, I mean, you would expect him not to be that biased. Moving on though for Rangers into this absolute scudding here. St Johnstone 0, Celtic 6. Yeah.
It was a great performance for Celtic, put 6 past St Johnstone, fantastic, McDermott Park. It's not often they see football like this, so I mean, I'm sure they enjoyed it, apart from the fact it was their team on the receiving end of it. 5 different goal scorers as well, Furuhashi, Bernardo, McGregor, Maida, Ida, just showing, and there was 5 different assists as well, so it just shows that Celtic can score with pretty much the entire team, they can create with the entire team, there's just goals all around the starting 11 and the substitutes for the bench, so I mean, Celtic to me is showing that despite them being level with Aberdeen on points, they're not really level. They're multiple steps ahead of Aberdeen, and this I don't see a title fight. I mean, it's cool right now that they're level on points, but come back in another 10 games, and I think there'll be clear distance at the top of the table.
That's fair enough. But all that mattered in this game is that Dyson Maida's goal was rightfully chopped off. Foul from Austin Trusty. No complaints for me.
No, I thought it was a foul. Charlie Mulgrew thought it was a foul as well, so I mean...
Yeah.
If I'm biased, he's biased. If I've got an agenda against Celtic, then he's got an agenda against Celtic, so simple as that, really.
Simple as that, really. Right, Aberdeen 1-2-1. Kevin Nisbet, good goal. Kisnigan, also a good goal. Simon Murray, penalty. I mean, it was a penalty, but Aberdeen, they were hanging on. But you know what? That's what you've got to do when you're going to become champions at the end of the day.
It is, but sooner or later they're not going to hang on. You can't keep going. You can't keep going to the end just with a 1-goal lead.
And what about when they rock up to Celtic Park? Because let's forget about next week. That's a foregone conclusion. Your team's pish. What if they rock up to Celtic Park and win 2-0? What are you going to be like then?
Celtic are still massive favourites for the title if Aberdeen beat them, so...
So there's not... But you're not even going to acknowledge anything?
No, well, I mean, I hope they do, but I don't see it happening.
Alright, fair enough. But I mean, it was a good game. Watching the highlights.
Well, that's fair play to Jimmy Phelan. He's doing a good job.
Right. Let's sink my teeth into this bad boy. So get it out. Talk about it. How was it? How was the view from your seat?
Restricted.
Restricted. It's a precarious choice of words there. But I tell you what, someone needs to restrict Lawrence Shanklin for the buffet because he's putting on the weight.
Well, there's been a long wait for a Lawrence Shanklin goal. He finally got one here. 96th minute. But honestly, man, I can't sit here and celebrate and go, oh, we rescued a draw or whatnot. Fucking shite. Not good enough. 1-1 against Ross County. Embarrassing. Really embarrassing. And you got Hugh Evans saying, this is Bot Heart's time. It's a fucking draw against County at home. We're still fucked.
What's he mean, Bot Heart's time?
Hearts,
there's no manager.
It's like Hearts can relax now. They can take their time to get a new manager in. The guy needs to retire. Maybe he was good 40 years ago, but if he thinks that...
Just like a lot of things.
If he thinks this late Shanklin equaliser's bought Hearts time, then he's delusional. Oh, you know what? 10 defeats in a row would have been unthinkable, but 9 defeats in a row with a draw at home against Ross County, that's alright. That buys Hearts time.
Yeah, I have no idea what Hugh Evans is going for there. That makes no sense to me. I don't really understand. I mean, buys them time, to bring in a manager. I believe they've already turned around and said that they're going to wait to the international break, didn't they? So
yeah, they are. So honestly, I mean, I just don't see the difference. Had Hearts lost...
Time can't be bought.
Hugh Evans was suggesting if Hearts lost, there would have been a demand for the fans to go and get a manager right now. But because they got a draw, that buys some patience. It's like, fuck no, we're shite.
Gotta have a little bit of patience. I mean, Craig Gordon did pretty well for the goal. He got himself in there and Shanklin got his head on it. What did you make of Ronan Hale's goal? I thought it was a worldie. Top bins, no complaints.
Nothing you can do about it, is there?
Absolutely not. And yeah, I mean, where do the Hearts go for here? Where do you think they go for here? Is top 3 out the question?
I mean, 4th at best. That's what you're fighting for now, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that is what you're fighting for now. Then we've got Kilmarnock 3, Dundee United 3, and I tell you what, it's Derek McInn's coming under pressure. It feels like it. It seems like it. Watson, Watkins, Moult, Shabald, and Ross Graham with the goals. Do you fear it for Derek McInn's?
No, but you know what?
He's saved by Hearts.
I think if he was offered the Hearts job, if I was Derek McInnes, I would seriously consider taking it. But he goes to Hearts, he's starting with a clean slate.
And a much better team.
I mean, at Kilmarnock, it's like, we've seen him, but people are going, oh no, he wouldn't be sacked. Look what he done at Kilmarnock. Look what Stephen Naismith done last season.
No, you're right. I think he's got to take the Hearts job. You know why? Because if he gets sacked from Kelly, I don't see how McInnes gets a Hearts job anytime soon. Like a similar level job.
If he was still going well, then I could say, nah, hold it. But I just think with how poor Kilmarnock have started the season, I think if Derek McInnes got offered a job now, I'd be viewing it as a, you know what, kind of got to take this chance now or never kind of deal.
Couldn't last season have just been, a freak event? This is where Kelly are, bottom of the table, round about.
Nah, I don't think so. I think Kelly's got a solid team, and I think Derek McInnes is a solid manager. But you don't get time in football.
No, you don't get time in football, but it is what it is. And
I've no doubt that if Derek McInnes is there to the end of the season, he'll get Kilmarnock back into top 6, but a couple more defeats in a row and they might be like, that's it, you've had your time, you're done.
Yeah, Hearts are as solid as a watery shite. So let's move on then to Motherwell 2, St Mirren 1. I tell you what, man. Dan Casey gets sent off. Mark O'Hara stepping up to take the penalty. I'm thinking Motherwell have blown the points. He misses it. Tanzer then gets sent off not long after this for St Mirren. And then Motherwell just see it out. Bit of a dead end of the game, but crucial for Motherwell. They can't complain too much about that, can't they not?
No, they can't. Another win, good for them. St Mirren, not again, another team with a pretty poor season so far. Decent win in the opening day against Hibs. Since then, though, it's been downhill. Guess maybe the European factor, but still, it's not great.
I mean, St Mirren are doing all right. I know they had less European games than Kelly for obvious reasons. They didn't make it to the playoff round, but I mean, the European games, that's like a month ago, man. They need to be forgotten about. But we need to look at the league table, and we're going to start at the bottom. Your team, Hearts. So, -8 in the goal difference. I tell you, I mean, it's not good. I mean, they have conceded. How many goals? They have conceded 10 goals away from home. That is absolutely shocking, man. No twice about that. I mean, Hearts' home form, 2 draws and a defeat. That's just not good enough. But I mean, it's the away form that's absolutely killed. And Hearts' away form last season was what was actually doing them a whole lot of good. As for Kelly, their form's just as bad. St Johnstone, for whatever reason, are actually better away from home than they are at home. Hibs are awful away from home, but are doing all right at home. Dundee, Ross County, and St Mirren have all got no wins away from home, which you need to turn that around. Then we go into the top 5. Dundee United sit on 9 points. Then you got Motherwell that sit on 10, so that's pretty good for them. I mean, can Motherwell and Dundee United, can they mingle with the top 6? I mean, there was ever a chance to do it.
They're already mingling, aren't they? So why not?
Well, at the end of the season when it matters.
They've got themselves, a little advantage, a little head start over the likes of Hibernian, Kilmarnock, Hearts. They're a few points in front of St Mirren with a game in hand. I see no reason why this couldn't be the most competitive season we've had in a long, long time. Other than I do believe it will be St Johnstone and Ross County towards the bottom. But from 4th down to 10th, it's hard to call it.
You say a long, long time. Was it not a couple of years ago? Well, they were literally separated by about 4 points, 4th to 10th. Remember that?
No, I'll be honest, I don't. Sounds more like a championship gimmick.
No, it was definitely a Premiership gimmick.
Well, yeah, that's all fine and good, but I think we could have another close season this year, so we'll have to wait and see. Hearts, so bottom of the table, no wins. Kilmarnock also with no wins. Something has to give, and it has to give soon. And I don't know how much more time. Well, obviously Stephen Naismith's ran out of time. I don't know how much more time Kilmarnock will give Derek McInnes. And Davy Gray, I mean, can he be content with his start this season? I mean, who knows? Hibs fans seem pretty happy with their performance today, but the longer he goes, picking up another victory, the closer it's going to get. And even Tony Docherty as well. I mean, you look at Dundee, only 1 out of 6. Sold Luke McEwen. I wouldn't be surprised to see them, fall from what they've done last year as well. So, yeah, St Mirren, Dundee, Kilmarnock, not hitting the heights they were last year. Hearts having an absolute disaster. But you know what, I think when you look at it, Aberdeen were obviously atrocious last year. Dundee United weren't in the top flight. Motherwell had that run where they went 15 games without a win. To me, it's those teams were going to get better. And it seems like the teams that finished in the top 6 have got worse. So it makes sense that it's a close league.
I agree. Moving into the top 3, right? Look at Rangers, right? So 3 games at home, they've won them. 9 goals scored, 1 conceded. That's fine. Away, 1 draw, 1 win, 1 loss. 1 goal scored away from home and 3 conceded. That is bogging.
Yeah, if you
that away form is doing you nothing, man.
Yeah, if you look at Rangers' home form, it's good.
Just as good as Celtic's.
It's really good.
Apart from obviously the goal conceded.
But it's the away form letting them down. Now, I mean, you can factor in, I think, that, one of those away games. Well, I mean, look, I've went to Tynecastle and Celtic Park. I mean, regardless of what you say about Hearts, before a ball was kicked, that would have been the second toughest place to go.
Yeah, but balls have been kicked and it's probably the easiest place to go right now. So, I mean, Rangers have obviously improved since then. Hearts, I think the jury's still out on that.
Yes, but at the start of the season, when you seen the fixture list and you seen that Rangers' first 2 away games were against Celtic and Hearts, you felt like they would slip up there. I think a lot of reasonable people, had Celtic 5 points in front of Rangers after 4 games.
Yeah, I did. But my point is, so Hearts are awful. They should never have got Rangers. Should never have drew there. And another.
But you didn't know that
But I know
on the
now.
opening day.
I'm saying hindsight's a great thing, by the way. But look at, I mean, 1 goal scored in 3 games. Cut it whatever way you want. That is shite.
It's not good. And I can't even remember. It was Dundee United.
Aye, Tom Lawrence. You know, you play 19 away games, right? If you're averaging a goal every 3 games, I mean, you're looking at 6.3 goals away from home a season. I mean, obviously it's going to sort itself out, right? Boggin. As for Aberdeen, I mean, they're doing what they have to do. And then Celtic, 20 goals scored, none conceded. I mean, what is there to say? You know, we've ran out of superlatives, but no matter what, they all sound a wee bit better, apparently. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave the SPFL show. We'll be back very soon. European preview show. We've got Celtic Dortmund, Rangers Lyon. We've got Hearts Dynamo Minsk. We've got the new Saints away to Fiorentina. We've got a bunch of Aston Villa, Bayern Munich. What's your pick of the bunch in there? All those games.
Hearts Minsk. I'm looking forward to it.
What about Larne? Who are they taking on?
I don't know, but we'll find out in the preview show.
Absolutely, guys. It's a full card of European football.
This is what we've been waiting for.
What else could you want?
Last couple of weeks, we've been starved. We've had 1 game here, 1 game there. This week, it's the real deal. And I, for one, can't wait. And the Scottish coefficient's probably going to take a tanking. I mean, we've seen Celtic Rangers pick up wins on their opening day. Honestly, looking at the fixtures, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 3 losses.
And on that note, we'll see you soon.